Alright, so now we're going to be graphing using that information, and again we're going to be using the pattern. Okay, we're not going to be using our graphing calculator, and it is easier without it. Okay. Alright, so when you are thinking about, you know, what scale to use, a common scale is that pi over 2, which is really every unit is pi over 4. So if I use pi over 2, my phase shift is pi, it's going to encompass that. Okay, so your phase shift in this case is pi. If you did the period divided by 4 for your scale, you'd have 2 pi over 4, which is pi over 2. Okay, this is smaller than the phase shift, which equals pi, so I would use that as your scale. Okay? And this is the most common scale that you will be using. Alright, so now we're going to do our table. So we have x, and then we have g of x. Alright, so when we do that, we are going to start at the same place that we did last time. So we have to start at the what? Yes, great. Start at your phase shift. And what is our phase shift for this? Yeah? So start at phase shift. So in this case, it's going to be pi. Okay? Now, with cosine, wherever you start, what's your output?
Max.
Your max. Great. And so our max in this case is still 1. Alright? Now, when you end, remember you're ending at the phase shift plus your period. So period plus the phase shift. So our period is 2 pi plus the phase shift is pi. 2 pi plus pi is 3 pi. And again, you end at your max. Now, this is going to be off our graph, which is fine. We're still going to use our pattern. That's off of what our scale is. Not a problem. We're still going to think about what is our halfway mark. So what is halfway between 1 pi and 3 pi? 2 pi. And halfway for cosine is what value? Minimum. Great. Okay, and then halfway in between each of these, you are going to be at 0. And if you're struggling thinking about where those would be on here, you just add these together and divide by 2. So what's pi plus 2 pi? 3 pi. What's 3 pi divided by 2? 3 pi over 2. Okay? What's 2 pi plus 3 pi? 5 pi. Divide by 2, 5 pi over 2. Okay? Alright, so let's talk about where we're going to put our points. So at pi, I'm at 1. Oh, and then I'm going to make this my 1. This is 1. So at pi, I'm at 1. Okay, at 3 pi over 2, I'm at 0. So do you see how I can see I'm going 2 units to 0? That means I should be going 2 units and then hit my minimum. And then I would be going 2 units and I'd hit 0 again. Okay, so now when I go 2 units back, I'm going to be at 0. When I go 2 units again, I'm going to be at my minimum. Okay, and then I'm going to keep going. And then go 2 units at your 0. And then 2 units at your max. 2 units at 0. 2 units at your min. I'm going to show you where 1 cycle is on our graph. This would be 1 cycle of your cosine. Okay, so you can look and see. The minimum used to be at pi, right? see how it shifted over pi units? Okay? Yes, Caleb.
So, is it okay if we did use the pay stub to that scale?
Is it okay if you did?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it would, the negative reflecting.
Yes. Yes. That would be perfectly fine. Yeah. So he was asking, is it okay if we use pi for our scale? Yes, that is perfectly fine. Yes, you can use that for your scale. Okay, and then that one was off the graph. You could always go back in and just add to yours based on this. So like at 0, I'm at -1, right? You could add any of those to it. Alright? Alright, so your homework, again, for the last 2 nights is mandatory. So what I would do is, I would do 11.1 day 1 first. Okay, if you can get a good chunk of that done, you should have enough time to get this done tomorrow. But again, I would start some of them. So like 25 through 28, you don't have to do any graphs for those. So if you want to do those tonight, that would be a great thing. Okay, you're doing 7 through 10, 18 through 22, and then again the 25 through 28, you are not graphing. Okay?